How's it going, everyone? Nick with Foreclosure Finder. I'm back with another walkthrough of the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning. We are out here today in Killingly, Connecticut, northeast corner of the state. Another one of my brokerage's foreclosure assignments. Coming back to this one today, we actually did the eviction this morning. A little too much hustle and bustle just to get a video with all the different people here, so I circled back a little later this morning and figured we'd walk through. This one's got a lot going on, and I just figured I'd show it to you guys just to get a little peek behind the curtain. It's not real estate isn't as glamorous as it might come off, and you can see some of the messes we have to deal with sometimes here. So go ahead and start as is tradition on the outside. We do have like vinyl siding. Interesting color. I actually don't hate it. It's almost like a lightish bluish green. Works for me, but the inside's gonna need way more work than the outside. We'll see when we get in, but either way. All right, so front of the house, side of the house, we got two units here. It's a multi-unit up and down. We have a nice side lot here too. I'm actually curious if this is buildable, because I'd argue you might be able to get a whole nother house here. Just good size lot. Otherwise you got a massive side yard for this place. So we'll get a look at the side here. Roof does look like it's going to need some work. Just looking at the side of the house here, obviously tons of deferred maintenance. This is the definition of deferred maintenance in terms of this place. But a lot of overgrowth. You can see we do have some, I don't know if it's coming up in the camera, but some shingles starting to peel up on the top. The vines and stuff are starting to grow into the gutters. This whole roof is just completely toast over the porch here. So probably going to need a roof, and there's some evidence inside to suggest that as well. A lot of the like the steps in the wood are in rougher condition. I don't think I'm gonna be going on many of the steps or the decks today, just because again, doesn't look the best. That's just a stairwell up to the second unit. We're gonna be going in a different way, but just figured I'd show that to you guys. We are on public water, public sewer, and natural gas out here, so that's pretty nice. Even though this is a little bit more rural area of the state, northeast corner. So you can see some more, some of the roof issues, right? So again, just tons of deferred maintenance here. Again, we did an eviction about like 3-4 hours ago. Just had a bunch of people here, so I figured I'd circle back, make my visit a little less noisy. Some more yard here. Again, plenty of entertaining space, plenty of yard space. Got a nice big tree back here. Looks like it's in good shape, not up against the house just yet. And then we'll pan over, and we got the back of the home. We do have a brick foundation. There are some issues we'll take a look at on the driveway side. Back of the house don't look too bad. Some of the soffits, or I'm sorry, some of the window trim and covers might need a little work. Obviously it's gonna need a power wash, but that's expected. You guys already know with this stuff. What's nice is it looks like they do have the water mitigation. They just apparently didn't measure correctly to feed it in there. That's okay. And then just the side of the house I'll get here. I would probably want to take a look at this driveway. It's got that typical, like it's starting to cave in, like, where the tires and where the weight is, where it's parked. So, and then, probably address it. This house, you're going to have to do the whole thing. Not going to be too much salvageable here. And I'd argue, at that point, what's an extra $2-3 grand for the driveway? Because again, it is pretty bad towards the end here on both sides, but middle's not too bad. Do have some of this going on foundation wise. Again, just water mitigation. I always bring that up. They just got the gutter going straight into the basement, and you can see some of these bricks are starting to be impacted quite significantly because of that. So it looks like they had it set up at one point, seeing as that gutter in the backyard was just short. It was set up, but it was short. But seeing a little bit of that here, so just going to keep that in mind. Basement looks like a nightmare. So there is an oil tank down here too. There's 2 meters. I'm not sure if maybe they converted to gas, and I think the first unit's been vacant for quite a while. Somebody was living in the second unit, which is a story in itself, but okay. Just keeping that in mind, what we want to do here, make sure our information's accurate. All right, so we're gonna walk in. Again, this place is pretty rough. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a mask on. I remember to bring one this time, and we'll go in. We'll go ahead in here. Let's start in the basement. I want to get the basement over with. I'd like to get the second unit over with too, but hey, beggars can't be choosers here. So get a light down here. We do have some power on, depending on where we are in the house. First floor doesn't have power on. I'm just watching my stuff. There's still a lot of stuff here. Like I said, an eviction took place earlier today. The marshal did not take much, I'll put it that way. So we take a look, first part of the basement, you can see we got some, so I got my mask on today, some nice mold discoloration starting. And then this is that oil tank, but I do think this is kind of out of the equation at this point. There are gas meters on the outside, and despite the rest of the condition of the property, this Baderis furnace looks like it's brand new. This is like a higher end brand. It's like the Cadillac of furnaces, at least to my knowledge, from what I've gotten in feedback from HVAC and plumbing guys. So, and the water heater looks newer too. Well, 2012. I mean, compared to the rest of the shape of the property, this stuff looks new. But again, maybe because nobody's been down here for years, it doesn't get touched. But I mean, it's not even too dusty. But anyway, just taking a look. And any of you pickers, a lot of stuff in this place. Let me know if anything, you see anything that pops up. We are on public water. There's the meter. Good to know. Circle back around. All right, and then we'll work back the other way. I was, again, just taking a look at the foundation here too, because this was the side, of the garage, or the driveway that had the, that looked like the bricks were starting to give away a little bit. Oh yeah, look at this. So that light's on back there, but you guys can see the daylight coming through, right? Just right through there. So that'll definitely have to be addressed in some capacity. That's a little bit, it's a little bit more than your standard repair. Okay, fitness flyer. Haven't seen one of those things in 20 years. Look at that, the Tony Gazelle. Remember that guy? All right, and then this looks a little bit like a horror movie here. So we got like sink, wet wall, right? And then I'm gonna be honest with you, that chest freezer, if there's a body in there, if you told me there was a body in there, I wouldn't be surprised. I ain't opening it. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like some type of water leak. I mean, there's the first unit's toast, the second unit's toast. Looks like it's actually might be coming from the outside there. So interesting. Yeah, something going on here. I'm not going to walk over here just because it is tough to get by, but just more junk. Two electric panels, so each one does have its own meter. Like I said, first unit's off, second unit's on, first unit's off. Yep. Okay. And again, just looking, you can see just some of the foundation. Again, just deferred maintenance. Nobody's down here taking a look at the stuff. It just gets worse and worse as we go through these New England seasons. So again, just bear with me watching my step here. All right, so we'll go into unit number one. This unit was vacant, not too surprising. You can see the mess we're walking into here. And yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine as to what happened here. Just a lot going on. This place looks like it's been empty for, this unit looks like it's been empty for a while. One thing too, I guess, with these properties in rougher shape like this, especially with all the stuff left behind, the smell is usually pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, look at this bathroom. Try to get cleaned up in here, you get dirtier than when you started. But yeah, this is pretty rough. I mean, this is what I was saying. This is a complete gut. I don't think there's really going to be much you can salvage in this place. Apologies, I just keep adjusting my mask here. So like little living room, dining room area, I guess, maybe, whatever you want to use it for. But you can see here we got a lot of again, stuff that just sits, it doesn't get addressed, and then doesn't get any better if no one does anything, right? 3, 4, 5 years later, whatever it may be. Going to bedroom number one here. Again, a little limited in the ability to walk around this place just because of how much stuff is left. I mean, straight up, I don't have my steel toes on today. So, just not as apt to walk through some of this stuff because, again, it's just all over the floor. You don't know what you're stepping on. I do see a little hole in the back of that closet there. So just making a note for myself later. It's just tough, can't really turn around down here. Coming around another bedroom here. But, same story, just full of junk. And again, it's kind of tough to assess these properties with just so much debris present, because again, you really can't see anything. You just see the garbage. You don't see the, what's behind it. So, when I look at these properties and I'm valuing them, I do kind of err on the side of caution. Just given the rest of the condition, I assume stuff's going to be broken or need replacing or whatnot. This is like the front entry, living room, sitting room, whatever you want to call it. Again, looks like it might have been a little bit more old school with these, with the tube TVs and this like old school piano thing here. It's kind of cool. All right. Oh yeah, and just look at that exercise bike. The tan seat, that thing's got to be at least 1988. All right, and this is like the front door, like front porch unit. We don't have to go out there. And then this is like the third bedroom of the unit, front bedroom. The one upstairs, this bedroom is completely inaccessible, so we won't be looking at this room upstairs, but give you an idea. Preservation will take a look at the safe. I don't know what's in there, because again, just limited in my honestly, in my willingness to walk on this stuff. You just never know what you're walking on. I've learned the hard way over the past few years, so I just rather err on the side of caution, and the banks don't give us a hard time either. I mean, they see the same pictures we do, so they can't really give us a hard time. Just some more water damage, but again, that's going to be pretty consistent with what we're seeing upstairs. And believe it or not, upstairs is even worse. And the guy was living up there. He literally slept. He slept in this unit last night. They evicted him this morning. He's been here for months, if not years. And like I said, this is just, it's eye-opening sometimes what we get exposed to. So coming up into the second unit, again, this was the one that the gentleman was occupying, and I mean, like I said, this one's a bit worse than the first unit. Walking into the kitchen here, it's got the same layout. Obviously see some potential roof damage here, something with a leak upstairs. Guy definitely liked Captain Morgan, I can tell you that. Fan myself, but not that big of a fan. I do see some of the windows in the back. They look like they're rotting out a bit, wood windows. Ooh, this one's a rough one. We'll come around. Got the bathroom that looks like it hasn't been used, you know, since like 2008. Again, just very rough. Not much I think you're going to really be able to salvage in this place. Just honestly, just from like a biohazard standpoint. Like if I was flipping this place or renovating it, like I wouldn't feel comfortable putting somebody in here, you know, unless I did it right. And then we're going to walk into here even though I don't want to. Again, limited on light, no power up here. But I mean, this guy was living in this mess. Just watching my step here. From what I can walk in, no bedroom on this side, so I guess I lied with the exact same layout. This is the bedroom up here. This is where the guy was bunking. So just take a look at that, and again, you know, it just makes me feel a lot better when I go home and I see my house and it's nice and clean, and I don't feel as bad if I don't clean it right away, you know, because I know the way some people live, and hey, different people got different standards. It is what it is. Again, just a sea of garbage. I'm not walking on that. There's a room over there. But again, just with the condition of this place, with what's going on, it's just, I'm not comfortable. Again, just take a look. You don't know what you're walking on over here. Just because the guy was sleeping in here and wants to live in this doesn't mean that I want to. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty hard gut. Also, a lot of cigarette residue here. I mean, just take a look. This is supposed to be white. And it's almost pink, I would say. This trim's supposed to be white. So again, very rough. This one of the worst ones we've had in more recent memory. I think one like maybe over the last summer I had a rough 2-family as well, but this one I think is going to be surpassing that. I just couldn't believe it when I walked into this kitchen and saw this just sea of garbage. Okay, we do have a walk-up attic. I will say, of all the spots in this property, the attic's probably the best. Again, you're not really living in the attic, but it's definitely the cleanest, I'd say. So walk-up attic, a lot of room up here. Definitely looks like they had some type of roof issue, right? A lot of the insulation is down. And am I seeing daylight up there? We'll see if it's just the daylight coming through the window, but oh, here we go. A little bit through the stack there, right? So yeah, it's probably gonna need a roof. And just, you know, I think this place is going to need everything. I don't know what you're really salvaging out of here. I will say this, though. This is good room up here. Depending on what you do, you might be able to get another unit out of this. Maybe like a 1-bedroom. Kind of have like the living, you know, maybe the living area in the back there when you walk up. And this would be like the sleeping area, something like that, right? But yeah, just more of the same old. Here's the top of the... So the top of the porch doesn't even have shingles. Oh, a bunch of flies there. Let me get out here. All right, and just again, just a bunch of junk. You know, glass bottles they were collecting, more fitness stuff, encyclopedias, all that junk. All right, we got Wikipedia these days. But yeah, just looking around, probably gonna need, again, like I said, probably gonna need everything here. Not too much salvageable. But I do think this is a silver lining with this place. I think you could definitely get a 3rd unit out of here. It's just, you know, what can you buy the place for? How much is it gonna take you to get the rest of it up to snuff before you even get up here? Yeah, just some of the damages there. So again, this is going to definitely take the right buyer, right mentality, and of course the right wallet to get this even just in livable condition. Because again, this is a rough one. And again, just showing you guys a little peek. It's not all cash and commission checks. Sometimes you got to go through it here. Sometimes we got to earn our money, right? So yeah, this one was a little rough, but like I said, we'll price it on the aggressive side. Hopefully the appraiser agrees, and you know, we get this in the hands of the right buyer that can bring it back to its former glory. Nice little neighborhood too, you know, similar style properties, multifamilies. And again, with this, I want to confirm if this lot is included, because I think it is, because preservation cut the grass here, so that would lead me to believe, but hey, we'll double check everything. All right, I think it's going to wrap it up for today. I want to appreciate you all sticking around for another walkthrough of the week. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning. Nick signing off till next time. See ya.